Did you know potatoes were the first food planted in space? It's true. I wonder if the salt would actually stick or float to the space fries. What do you think? Did you know that applesauce was the first food consumed in space? NASA probably should have labeled it awesome sauce. Did you know broccoli contains more protein than steak? Yeah. Can I get some more cowbell here? Move over, Molly, and Jolly the Green Giant is knocking on the door. And did you know that M&Ms, one of my favorite, are named after their creators? Now, you probably know what one of them is, Mars, and the other one stands for Murray. Did you know? See how I tied in Mars with space? Things that make you go, All this talk, all this food, it's making me hungry. Harsha, kick on the grill. Let's turn on the heat. Today, I welcome the co-founder, CEO/CTO with AllFive, Harsha Parbat. Welcome to Epic Starts.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here today.
Speaking of space, you look like you are out there in space, in the universe, in some galaxy not too far away.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a dent in the universe as we speak.
No, we don't try. You do.
We do.
Yeah.
We make a dent in the universe.
Yeah, Harsha, take this, write this down, and keep this for some tidbit you throw out there. There's two types of people in the world. There's thinkers and there's doers. And the difference between the two is that the doers are doing what the thinkers are thinking about. Oh, whoa.
That's right.
Use that one at your all hands call tomorrow morning. Yeah, and you are a doer.
I am a doer. I am definitely a doer.
Well, all righty then. You heard the lady. Harsha is here. My name is EP, and Epic starts right now. So a little backstory about Miss Harsha. So back in the day, Harsha and I worked for the Green AI machine, and she started out as a QA automation engineer. What is a QA automation engineer? I mean, it sounds really fancy. What were you doing?
So we tell the developers, the engineers, your code is shit. So we just find bugs. We tell them how to fix the bugs, and they fix the bugs. So we come out with a really beautiful product.
Well, you did. And the product was amazing and did amazing things. Of course, I'm talking about the Green AI machine. That would be Silencio, silence. And then you moved on and you became a product manager. I think you did that for like 1.5, maybe 2 years. And then you switched to the one that I think super fancy outside of the one that you hold today, which was a solutions architect. So tell me about that. What was that all about?
I think that was something that triggered my entrepreneurial journey to the next level, because as a solutions architect, you're working with different teams, like all kinds of teams. You're working with the product teams, you're working with the marketing teams, you're working with the sales teams. So you have a foot in every door. And our job as a solutions architect was helping the people in the field sell the product in the most strategic fashion, and taking the feedback from the field and then coming back to the engineering teams to make the product in the most useful way possible. So I think that was one of the most dynamic roles that I had outside of doing product management. There was so much that I learned, because one day I'm sitting with the sales team. The next day I'm sitting with the marketing team, where EPU and I had like a lot of conversations. And then the third day we're taking all this feedback, going back to the product teams, like, hey, we got to fix this, we got to build this, and then going back to the customer service team, where we're like, okay, this is what the product is, this is what they're selling, these are the kind of bugs you might see, or this is how you want to fix these bugs. So it was like you had your hands everywhere and you had to be on top of everything. You had to set processes for all these different teams. So it was like wearing multiple hats. So
well, there's a lot in there. I mean, look, you've had a lot of roles. It's just that one company alone, which I think it's safe to say has led you to where you are today and what you're doing. And there's a lot of great stuff behind that. Look, I mean, that company was a beacon for light for AI. And I know we're about to get into what you're doing now, and I think that you could be the beacon for light for the industry you're in. So I'm gonna let you let that cat out of the bag. I honestly don't recall a time when I would run into you, you know, in one of the kitchens on one of the levels at the elevator at a work event where you always had that smile right there on your face. And I'm going to share it with the world because I get the privilege of doing this and out to the broadcast into the masses. I had a little, I'm going to say she was either 9 or 11. I think she was 11. I brought the twins in for an
Yes.
internship, and I put Maddie in front of you, and I said, Maddie, allow me to introduce you to Harsha. She is somebody that works with math. And Harsha, anything you want to say about math? And Harsha goes, math is cool. And just the way you talked about math. Now, obviously, folks, right? A company that's using algorithms to deny access to malware. Pretty cool. Here's Harsha that's just like hyping the heck out of math. And Maddie's just looking at you going, wow. I'll never forget because the twins went to different apartments that day. And I just remember on the way home, Maddie talked about meeting Harsha and talking about how math was cool. So yes, you made a massive impact then. I'm hoping that you're going to make, I not hope, I know you will make another impact here on Epic Starts talking about what you're doing today. So let's get into it. What are you doing today? What is AllFive? Give us a little bit of the taste of AllFive, what you're building.
So AllFive is a platform that helps anyone anywhere on this planet to go and find really cool experiences that are customized to their liking. And these are the kind of experiences that people have never heard of before, or they didn't even know existed or never seen before. You don't really have to travel to find really cool things to do. You get out in your neighborhood, you're going to find these cool things to do. I started building this because I am a passionate traveler and I'm an enthusiast foodie. And I ran into this problem myself. So I'm like, why not build a product out of that? And why not build a company out of that? Because there is a market that is definitely seeing this problem. And there is an opportunity to make a dent in the universe, create something that would disrupt the industry. So here I am building AllFive
So
today.
I'm going to use so first of all, amazing idea, epic opportunity here for you to just absolutely take this to the level that people in, younger generations and your generation, my generation, because I travel and I know you do too. And when we do, and we drop into whether it's Crete or Boston or LA or Dubai, like what app do I open up when my event is tomorrow? I've got 3 to 4 hours to kill. I want to go have some food outside of the lobby or the current hotel restaurant. And I've never been to the city before, or I have been to this city a million times and I want to try something different. I think you're creating an app, or you have, that I can go click on and it's going to say, hey, EP, you know, people like you, because of the criteria that I've already filled out, have always chosen this list of restaurants at this location for this type of food. Am I kind of putting it together?
Yeah. So what we're tapping into is something known as the experiences economy. This is a whole new cool concept that has just come up. I mean, it's the concept has always been there, but in the past 2 3 years, just right before the pandemic, this started coming up. So it's not just about restaurants anymore. It's not just about the food or the drinks that they're serving. It's about the entire experience that you get when you go there. For example, and it's not just restaurants, right? Like if you step out 2 blocks from where you are, there's probably a bar takeover that's happening, or 3 blocks from where you are, there is a pottery class that's happening, or somebody is doing a coffee brewing workshop somewhere that people don't even know. So if you're on a business trip and you have 4 or 5 hours to kill, or you're done with your day and you want to go out with your colleagues and celebrate, You want to find the speakeasy that serves these really 4 or 5 cool crafted cocktails that you want to find and celebrate with your team. It's not about the restaurants anymore. And as I said, it's not about the bar, it's the experience. It's not about the product or the services, but what is it that experience that you're looking for? And what is it the experience these hosting partners on our platform are providing? And we don't just list experiences on our platform. If you want to go and experience something, there is also an opportunity to book your cab on the way. So it's the whole end-to-end experience that we're tapping into. So you're not just making a decision and then worrying about, oh, I need to go book my Uber now, and I need to find a spot and stuff like that. Or if I have a car rental, I need to find a spot to reserve or park my car. We're solving that problem for you. It's the end-to-end customization that we're going after.
So Harsha, I love what you threw out there. Experience economy. Okay. What book have you already read, or what conference or TED Talk have you already attended that people that are listening to this right now are going, oh my gosh, I so have an idea that I want to plug into that? Because I'm seeing a lot of this right now in the Web3 space. Web3, the events that are being put on. I just spent last week at a handful of LA Tech Week, was here in Los Angeles. And man, I went from a, $35 million mansion event to a yacht event. I love what you're putting out there, because right now there's only one that comes to mind, that has to do with events. And hey, it's bright. You can put those together and figure out which one I'm talking about. It's good. It's okay. Promise me you're going to put a video into your app. Here's the deal. How many times have you been somewhere? And this actually just happened with my family. We're Waikiki, and I want to actually know that this restaurant I'm thinking about going to, hey, what is the view? Yeah, you could do a picture and you could do a fisheye lens, and you can kind of like, have a staged picture. No, show me a video. So the best place to go, which is where everyone goes now, is they go to the social apps, because everyday people are going to put on there, hey, here's what it really looks like. It's right next to a garbage can. Yeah. So talk to me about how you've gone through this morphosis of, you've realized this is not there, and I'm going to go build it. Was that kind of how it came about for you? Where were you when that all happened?
I travel a lot. I mean, now I'm not because of the startup, but when I used to travel a lot, or even, back in LA, when you're stepping out, there's so much that's happening around you that goes missed. An example is there are all these cool chefs that do this underground dining scene after the restaurants shut down. They have these set of people that are coming together and they're cooking this family meal for them. And if you're in the circle, you would know about it. Otherwise, you wouldn't know. Nobody parties like a chef parties. And I had that one experience and I was like, I want more of this. And I just don't know where to find this. And that's the problem that I went after solving, because that was an experience. It wasn't about the restaurant. It was what the chef brought to the table, the kind of food he prepared, which was off the menu, the kind of hospitality they had for their friends and the family or whoever was partying with them that night. So that is what I was going after. But where we are today, as you said, the video is very important, right? We're taking it a notch up. It's not even the video. We have influencers and real people go to these experiences, take these videos, post it on the app, and then there's a link to book the experience right now. So I get goosebumps as I say this, because that is something that excites me. I want to see regular people like me and you do these cool things, post these really good quality content out there. And that encourages me to go and experience this really cool thing. That's what we're going after. We are tapping into the experience economy by bringing out the experience through our platform itself.
Harsha, you're going to write a book. I mean, it's going to be something, and at the end of it's going to say Experience Economy by Harsha. I love it. AllFive is the name of the company. Did you start this company right before or in the middle of the pandemic?
I would say right just before the pandemic started. I have been playing with this idea. I mean, I've always wanted to build something of my own. I had reached to a point where I've had enough experience in my life and I wanted to create something bigger than me. And I knew I wanted to build this. Right when the pandemic started, I saw this as a great opportunity because back then we were thinking, oh, this is going to last 3 weeks, right? And it didn't. But that gave me an amazing opportunity to build AllFive. So right when the pandemic started, I started building this, which was actually a great time to build it because it gave me enough time to do the research, to do the market validation, to do the product market fit, do all the surveys. So now when people are out and about, revenge traveling, revenge stepping out, we're catching the wave, we're acquiring our consumers, we're going out there.
100% agree with you in terms of perfect timing, because I think COVID, the pandemic gave the world an opportunity to kind of reset. And a lot of, from an entrepreneur's perspective, a lot of people had now time that they didn't have before to stop and think, what do I want to do? Look at the economy right now. Look how many jobs are available that nobody wants because they're taking the time to say, oh, hell no, I'm going to go work for Harsha. I'm going to go work for AllFive. I'm going to start my AllFive. I'm going to go start a video podcast. I'm going to get right. So it's like, I get that.
Here's another thing. May I just add one more thing?
Please.
I quit my job. I had the stable life, stable job. I literally just got a raise 3 weeks before, and I quit it because it was an inner calling that said, this is the right time to build it. Everybody thought I was crazy. I told my parents and they're like, you're crazy. You cannot be doing this. I'm like, well, I already gave my notice. Like, I don't know how to take that back.
I always tell people when they tell you you're crazy, that's the sign for go push the pedal. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. I'll take that as a compliment. I'm going to do this. Watch me. I love that. All right. So you're doing this not alone. You have some business partners. Please share with everybody the story, because I find this to be fascinating. Here's this go-getter, trendsetter with these great ideas. Where are you going to go find during a pandemic some other people just like me? Do you just go to your first line connections in LinkedIn? Do you open up your first line contacts in your phone? No, not Harsha. Harsha, how'd you do it?
So I did go through the process, go through the people that I know. And I've built companies in the past where I know if you have a co-founder agreement, that's the end of your company. There's nothing that can save your startup if you have co-founder disagreement. So I went on LinkedIn, put a post out, I'm looking for co-founders. I had no confidence at that point, and I had tried all my options, and I was scared and apprehensive. It was like getting on a dating app for the first time.
I was going to say speed dating.
Speed
dating for founders.
Founders, literally.
You and I need to start a show. Speed dating for founders.
Let's do it. Yeah. Then I interviewed, spent time with over 30 people, until I zeroed down on Anil and Richa. It just clicked. It's like your co-founders are somebody that you're going to spend, I would say, majority of your time with and majority of the rest of your life with. Because in a startup, it's a long day and you don't stop at 5 years or 7 years. It's something that it's a journey that, you just keep doing.
Now, I know you're in India. Are they there as well? Or what part of the world are they in?
In Mumbai, actually. Okay. So I moved here for them.
Oh, that's that. Okay. So that is awesome. So I started a company during the pandemic, and we never had an official headquarters. You don't need one in today's world, but now that people are feeling more comfortable, and all the more reason to get on the AllFive app and find out where to meet up. This is nice that you do have your co-founders in the same space, and you guys are able to sit there and have a cappuccino or whatever it is that you have in the morning while you're brainstorming ideas. Let's talk about startup life a little bit more. Give me, you've thrown some great ones out there. I want to see if some of those still stick. I want to get some adjectives out of you. How would you describe, give me 3 words that describe the startup life for Harsha?
Grit, resilience, obsession.
Oh, that's the first one I've heard yet. Obsession is awesome. Talk to me about that one. Double click on it.
You got to be obsessed with the problem. You got to be obsessed with solving the problem. You cannot just be like, oh, I have this great idea. And, I'm just going to find time when I find time and I'm going to solve that problem. That's not how you make a dent in the universe. You got to be obsessed with it. You got to think about it in the morning, at night, like right first thing when you wake up. You have a great idea. You have a great idea on top of your great idea. You start jotting the processes down. You're constantly obsessed with creating a solution, finding more ways to solve that problem. You're constantly talking about it. So I think people don't realize that, but a lot of startup founders or entrepreneurs in general are obsessive, and that's what makes you an entrepreneur or a founder, because you're obsessed in finding a solution or solving a particular problem.
Well, another thing about the obsession, it is infectious because the people that work alongside you, your
That
peers,
is
and then people that come to work for you, whether it's just the coders or it's people that were doing what you were doing back when we were working together in all those various departments. It's the mission. What's the mission? Who's leading us? Do I believe it? And can I be 25% as good as Harsha? Because if I can, and I can go out there and I can just like, it's kind of like going to a concert, and just that energy you're getting. Can I then go home and tell all my friends about the concert I went to where they're like, oh my gosh, I want to go see them? Like this actually just happened to me with the Gypsy Kings. I don't know if you listen to Gypsy Kings, been around for a long time. And the original singer was just slaying it at the Hollywood Bowl. And of course, what was I doing the next day? Not only was I posting it, but I was telling everybody about it. And they're like, oh my
exactly.
gosh, I had no idea. That's the beautiful thing about AllFive. We got to get it out there. I mean, my little show, yeah, but we get it out there to all the masses. I love what you're doing with the influencers, by the way, because that's going to help this thing go exponentially nutso. Let's talk about the VC life when it comes to, or I should say the startup life when it comes to the VCs. I mean, I know that you're talking to fund managers. Is it fun or is it not so fun? How are those conversations going, looking for some funding for AllFive?
So I would say the conversations are going good, but it's always tough raising funds. It's if anybody says raising funds is easy, that's a straight up lie. It's always a tough journey, right? But it's an exciting one at the same time, because that's where your grit and resilience comes in play. Because and your obsession too, because you're showing the traction, you're showing the results, you're showing how this is going to make a difference, how this is going to be a disruptor. It's a lot of learning. And the thing is, when you talk to VCs, angels, fund managers, you get feedback, and you got to work on that feedback, and you got to keep going and going and going. It's a process, I would say. It's never easy, but it's a fun journey, because when we look back, we're like, wow, like we know that we are on the right path, or here is a pivot that you got to make because you're having these right kind of conversations.
Well, I'm all about helping, and I've got a couple of people, one of which has already been on Epic Starts, that I want to get you introduced to. That I will drop you into an event with a lot of different VCs, angel investors, and fund managers. And I already know that these two cats I'm going to get you introduced to, they need you. Like this app, I just kind of hinted at the other one that they're using. Yes, I did make that noise. I know what you're building, and I know they're going to want it. So I said it earlier, Web3, Web3, Web3. Get yourself there, because there's lots of potential for multiple different. These are the only events I'm going to right now, Harsha, where I
Right.
see the people in their 20s to people in their 70s, okay, that have the same enthusiasm as to what's happening in with the infrastructure for Web3 right now. So
Okay.
get there, and I'll be more than happy to open up some doors. It is now time to play Find the Epic in You. Here we go. All right, Harsha, I've got 4, 5. Looks like I might maybe have 6 or 7 for you today. Here we go. Number 1. What part of the world did your time capsule land on planet Earth? What part of the world did your time capsule land on planet Earth? You were born
In India?
in what part of India?
Pune. It's a
Oh,
city in India.
and,
Yeah,
and
close to
you're
Bombay.
and you're in Mumbai now?
Yeah, I'm in Bombay now.
You
Yeah,
sound
Mumbai.
like you're next door. Like, I love the technology. Mumbai is your home today. How long have you actually been in tech? Not that long.
Um, That's a good question because I think it's been so long that I've lost count. I would say easily over 18 years.
No
I'm
way.
not that
No
old, guys.
way.
Yeah,
No
I've
way.
just been checked that long. Yeah.
No, it does. You do not look, even with your new rock star haircut. For all those of you that can't see, go get on YouTube and check out Harsha. She's got the new do rocking. You don't look like you've been in tech for 18 years. This is no way. Not happening.
Yeah, you work when you're in college, and those jobs are like they teach you those things. When you're coding, creating your pet projects, and wanting to build your next big company. So yeah.
Well, I hope you got an internship around the corner because I got a young one that I'm going to send your way for next summer. Yeah, Maddie, you better be listening to this. All right, next question. If we did this episode in your kitchen, and I asked you to open your refrigerator, what is the one thing you could pull out of the fridge that I have probably most likely never tried? And don't try to say wine in the box because I have tried that. What's the one thing in the fridge right now that you would pull out and I'd be like, what?
I cook. I love cooking.
I know you do.
So I try like real cool, weird stuff. So there is this weird mix of chia pudding, which is weird healthy mix, but it does have wine in it because I need some chia pudding at the end of the day.
Chia. Wait, you got wine inside of pudding?
What? It works. I mean, if you can put vodka or rum in tiramisu, I can definitely put wine in my chia pudding. And no judgments here, guys.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh man, I wish I was over there and I could taste that. Maybe we'll put that on the hit list. Or maybe you have to bring some to LA if you can get it past
Right.
LA migration or the feds at the immigration, the checkpoint. You know what I'm trying to say. You got
Yeah.
your fruits and nuts in the bag? No, but I got some chia wine
Customs.
stuff.
Customs.
What's it called? Customs. Thank you. What's it called? What's the product called?
My product?
The food.
Oh, the food. Yeah, you can get through customs.
No, but what's it called?
It's just called food.
No, come on. The chia pudding. What's it called? Does it have a name?
That's the name. It's something that I made. It's
Right.
It's Harsha's chia pudding.
Well, maybe we'll have to get a chia pudding brand out there and get it onto the AllFive app. All right, next question. If you were headlining a nightclub in LA, London, or Dubai tonight, what would your DJ name be?
DJ AllFive.
There you go. DJ
it's
AllFive.
Branding everywhere.
On the wheels of steel. Last one. I'm working on Epic Magazine, and I'm going to put you on the cover. Let's put you on the cover of January, right out of the gate. What's the caption going to say?
The only woman game changer.
The only woman game changer?
Yeah, I'm just a little too confident.
I love it. She is confident. Her name is Harsha, and she is what I like to call a baller. So, Harsha, I want you to stare into camera one. There are a lot of women, men, entrepreneurs, bots. I don't know who's watching, who's listening. Who cares what the gender is? But there's a lot of people watching, listening. And right now they're going, wow, love the energy, love the passion. What can you kind of like pay forward right now? Pay it back, I should say, but by paying it forward to those young entrepreneurs that want to take the jump. What have you learned so far that you could maybe throw out there as a little gold nugget for those listening?
For all the entrepreneurs, one piece of advice that I would say is don't give up. If you have a dream, go chase it, be obsessed with it until you make it happen. And for the women entrepreneur out there, as a woman entrepreneur, I would say be confident, put yourself out there, feel accepted, feel an equal, because there are going to be situations where you would feel let down, but again, don't give up. If I can do it, you can do it too.
Da-da-da. I love that. I'm so giddy. I'm like, I had to kind of stop as you were talking right now. I'm like, I'm really doing a episode with Harsha. This is so great. Just where we've been and where we are now, watching you thrive with what you're doing on the other side of the planet. Super, super cool. I hope you've had a great experience here on Epic Starts. I know it's been great having you on. You feel good about it?
I love it. And EP, I love you. And, I've had
Oh,
such a great time working with you. And I'm so happy to see what you're doing and how you're telling these really authentic stories. I feel it's important that these stories need to be heard as well. Always love your energy. And I was so excited for this. I'm looking forward to doing more with you in the future.
well, and hey, love that. You're the best. Thanks for throwing that out. You are going to do more of these with me because I want to track you. And I know that all the listeners want to track you. I want to bring you back. You got something big you want to announce. You got a platform here. The door is wide open. Let's do it. Definitely want to do some progress reports on AllFive. I want to get the app. Where do I go? How do I track your company? How do I follow you? Help the people learn.
The app is available on the App Store as well as the Google Store. You can find information about our company at allfive.co, ALLFIVE.co. Follow us on LinkedIn, allfive.co. Follow us on Instagram, allfive.co.
Boom.
That's where you'll find me too.
AllFive is plugged. I'll tell you what, guys, follow Harsha. She's got it going on. Harsha, this was so much fun. Another epic video podcast is waiting and ready for your viewing and listening pleasure. Hop over to epicstartswithep.com and check out the vault. Harsh is going to be in there. Also, if you are looking to check off your list, hey, I need to be kind and generous. Hey, do it right here. I got 3 things for you. Number 1, give us a subscription. Go down, subscribe on the platform that brought you to us here today. Number 2, give us a thumbs up. Let us know we're doing something right. And number 3, go follow me on any and all social media. Epic Starts with EP. That's the handle. Thanks for tuning in today. I'll catch you guys all real soon. And remember, everything epic starts with EP.